We're going to label this hints on the review packet. So we're going to start with number 19. I think it's talked, or I'm sorry, we're going to start with number 18. Okay, number 18 says a certain beverage company is suspected of underfilling its cans of soft drink. The company advertises its can contain on average 12 ounces of soda. Right away, you know on number 18, a hint would be when I'm drawing my picture in step 3, the mean is always the claim, that's center. So we'd say mu is equal to 12 with a standard deviation of 0.4. Now it says compute the probability that a random sample of 50 cans. So now what I have to do with that standard deviation is divide it by the square root of 50, okay? Produces a sample mean fill of 11.9 ounces or less. 11.9 is over here. That means the company is underfilling. Okay. So now this is like my frame of thought. Okay, this is not what I have to do, just a hint. You want to start off though, just okay, what do I actually have to find though? I actually have to find out step 1. Oopsie. Uh-oh. Okay, oops. Sorry. Step 1 is what's the probability that X bar is greater than or less than, 11.9. Step 2 is the conditions, okay? I'm going to skip that because I've already done it in a problem, so go back and look at those problems. Step 3 then is your mechanics. I just started the mechanics, and now that everything's set up, I just have to find my zoms, okay? Draw my conclusion. You would read your conclusion like this. It says compute the probability that, so now we would say the probability that a random sample of 50 cans produces a sample mean fill of 11.9 ounces or less is about blank. So you have to find that. You do not have to subtract from 1 here because it's less than. So you just, after you find your z-score, go to that table, find the percentile, draw your conclusion. That should hopefully help for 18. I'm going to cruise on to number 19 now and give you some hints there. On number 19, a factory employs 3,000 unionized workers. We did this in class, but some of you were gone. 30% are Hispanic. That 3,000 is your population there. 30% is P is equal to 0.30. The 15-member union committee contains 3 Hispanics. This one is important because 3 divided by 15 is 0.2. So we're saying now, what's the probability of this happening or less than that? Okay, so now we have our framework set up. We find our z-score, okay? We then go to the table. We do not have to subtract from 1 because of that less than. We draw our conclusion. Use the question. Instead of saying what would the probability, you'd say the probability of 3 or fewer Hispanics if the executive committee were chosen at random from all the workers being in the 15-member union is about whatever we get according to the normal model. The next one we're going to go on to for a hint is 21. We've already done 20. Just to make sure you're doing it right here. Number 21. Thousands of travelers pass through the airport in, oh gosh, who knows Spanish in here? Guadalajara, Mexico each day before leaving the airport. Each passenger must pass through the customs inspection area. Customs agents want to be sure that the passengers do not bring illegal items into the country, but they do not have time to search every traveler's luggage. Instead, they require each person to press a button. Either a red or a green bulb lights up. If the red light shows the passenger is searched by the custom agents, a green light means go ahead. Customs agents claim that the proportion of all travelers will be stopped. Red or light is 0.3. because the light has a probability of 30% of the time showing up. So again, if you're struggling, just draw that curve right away. We're dealing with P. Why? Red or green is a categorical variable. Okay? Now, standard deviation, they don't give that to you, but you find it by taking that 0.3, 1 minus 0.3, whoopsie, and divide it by 100. Why 100? Because that's the random sample of 100 travelers. Okay, now it says to test this claim, of the 100 travelers, 20 get the red light. You're going to have to find the statistic again. just like in number 19. I talked about the importance of that. 20 over 100 is 0.20. P hat is equal to 0.2. Again, how did I get that? That's 20 over 100. Okay? Now that it's set up, I do my ZOMs, my z-score. I find my p-value. I draw my conclusion. This is a less than, okay? So less than again, don't have to subtract from 1, and we are good to go. Now remember, you have to state what we're finding, find your conditions. You can let me know before class or in an email if you have questions about that. I'm going to say you can skip number 22. That's from an old AP test. We're not going to worry about that one right now. If you can do everything else, you should feel fairly confident. In class, we went through 1 through 7. We talked about 8 through 11. We did number 12 in class together. We did number 14 through 16. I've done almost everyone with you. If you have any questions tonight, please email me or Schoology message me, and I can make a video for you and post it online.